Hi, Libra. Okay. So this is your full reading, and we're going to look into your energy. And when we're looking into your energy, we're looking at the energy that you're kind of coming out of, or what energy most influenced, like where you're at now. So it could be the energy of the last year, if you went through something really big, or it could be last week. It's just what's really hanging out or impacting. Hello, everybody, again. What's going on now with you? Then we're going to look on the energy that you're walking into and the energy that's available to you coming up. When we talk about energy, it is the energetic opportunities, right? And then you still have to take your free will and meet that energetic opportunity to make something with it. And so we're also going to be looking at other. An other can be a person, it can be a job, it could be the demons that you snuggle with you're trying to shed an old version of you. Yep, absolutely, Neela. If you're trying to shed the old version of you, that literally can be other. Hi, Moan. We always talk about Libra and people pleasing. So that other energy that's impacting you is so important. And then that center row down the middle, it's the same timings or the same influences as far as when, but it's the alchemy that the two energies create, or like I like to say, very similar to a composite chart. Hello, all my beautiful people. I changed the streaming thing because I'm just kind of sick of not being washed out and not looking like I actually look like. So let's get it going, Libra. And I just want to remind everybody today that I will be going live at 5 o'clock today with the amazing Connie Jo, otherwise known as my Peach, who's master astrologer. And we're going to be talking about the full moon. We're going to be talking about what to let go of and what to embrace according to the house. So know your rising sign. And we're going to leave enough time that Connie Jo can answer questions, or I can answer questions. And we're going to do a little bit of energetic work. So it's going to be a big thing. It's going to be beneficial because this is a really big energetic opportunity. This full moon, especially because of the other aspects with it. And then we're all gonna go over like a group, like a field trip over to Soul Navigation and watch Connie Jo's the first of her Chiron series. And Chiron, so important because it's the wounded healer, so you can imagine how I feel about it. And I believe the third part of her series is also going to be us going live together, talking about how Chiron impacts your relationships and how it helps you choose and how that changes. So today's a big day. And if you're a replay viewer, all of that should be available and you should definitely watch it. When I'm done with Chiron, I'm going to take a small break and go into Aquarius, and do free card pulls. And there will be an extra benefit if I see you over at Connie Jo's Chiron or in the full moon when we're doing card pulls for Aquarius. Just as a thank you for the people who are constantly supporting the channel and the content, because the content I'm creating here is so that you guys can take it and use it as tools to make your life better, not waiting and depending on another person. Field trip, right? What was the best part about a field trip? It was honestly, I got to pack the shit my mom would never let us buy. The stuff we would beg for every day, and it was an absolute no. We were dreaming. Field trip, fine. You could get the colored drinks in the little plastic barrels with the foil lid. I was never allowed to have that shit unless it was a field trip, and then it was okay. Or the peanut butter and jelly that would get packed in the brown paper bag, but then it would go on top with all of the bags and everybody's stuff. And by the time you ate it, it was like a purple grilled cheese because it was just flat. And I got Twinkies on field trips, and I wasn't ever allowed to have Twinkies. We had other stuff. My mom didn't like Twinkies, so we didn't have them in the house. Like, I could get them for a field trip. It was the weirdest thing to me the more I think about it. All right, so we're using our new Starman, Ziggy Stardust. At some point, I should just bring the box down for y'all to see. It's crazy. So good. I'll do that during Aquarius. Aquarius. I'm going to give something good away during Aquarius. But to be in that little raffle, that's going to be the people who especially kind of come over and say hi at Connie's Chiron video. Fourth house Chiron. That's no small thing. Alien. You know, I'm inclined to chuckle inappropriately. I can find something to laugh at a funeral. But yesterday, for those who were there, got a little weird in the chat. I think I wear my mom's. This is my mom and dad's wedding ring. And it just happens to fit this finger. Pretty sure it saved me. But I was already, because I never want somebody to feel bad or feel like they were made fun. I see that in other chats and it makes me nuts. I want everybody to be kind, but even I have my limits of like trying to hold back giggles. And then Alien just made it much harder. If you were here yesterday, then you know what we're talking about. Weird. Okay. Libra, we have the Empress. So creativity, somebody may have had kids come up as a subject lately. But also, you know, the Empress embodies all the other queens. She does. She is like all four queens put together. And so, Libra, if you're coming out of this energy, I love the Empress, right? And she's powerful. It's divine feminine. Sometimes it can be kind of like Black Lilith in a good way, right? But also it could be the pressure to, I don't know why I'm feeling this, but it's like the pressure to be all things, which is not great. It's the pressure to be all things to all people, kind of. And what do I always say to Libra? Like, it's not your job. It's not your job, right? It's not your job to fix everything for everyone. And with the people pleasing sometimes that Libra has, that trying to be all things to all people at all times is something that may resonate with you. I hope you're not being too hard on yourself. Of course you are. So then we have on their side the Six of Swords. This is very interesting. Some readings, I feel like we don't even need to clarify that. This one, I can't wait to clarify, because that, until I read the rest of the cards, I don't even want to pontificate on. The World in reverse. Y'all know how I feel about the World and the Wheel in reverse. If it's on the table, it's in play. So the idea that maybe there's something keeping it stuck, is okay because that's in the past. So let's see how that moves. We have a lot, actually all but 2 cards in this entire reading are in reverse. That is some big retrograde energy. And so, we have Pluto and Saturn currently in retrograde. And I find the dichotomy between structure, because the Pluto's in Capricorn, right? So it's in father sign, it's in patriarchy, it's in authority. And then the Saturn is in Aquarius, right? But Saturn itself also represents patriarchy rules. Pluto is transformation, but transformation of the authority, right? And it's in retrograde. We're supposed to be re-examining that. All of that represents something that Libra especially has very interesting dichotomy with, because those are often sometimes the people that you feel like you have to please, or you feel real resentment against feeling like you have to please. It's either you're still in that people-pleasing thing where you're like, I better watch my P's and Q's so that I can just do my own thing on my own time. Like, let's just keep this crowd happy so that I stay under the radar. Or it can actually build up almost like an anger when you feel like you have to live the life somebody else chose for you and you're having a hard time getting around those rules. Right now with Saturn in retrograde in Aquarius, it is the perfect time to get around those rules. The energy that we're walking into, this Queen of Wands is in reverse. It's going to all be in reverse from here on out, people. Libra can be really creative. Libra is ruled by Venus. There's artistry. There's, you know, especially like the way balance is created through color, art, lines, all of that. Queen of Wands is like a mini empress, you know, but it's fire. We see the sunflower over her head. It's creativity. It is also learning how to stand in your power. Something's happening with, I rarely interpret the Empress card of trying to be all things to all people, but it's screaming at me that way here. And again, we'll clarify and we'll see. But this Queen of Wands in reverse, there's still untapped creativity and there's not feeling like you are in your power. On the other side, we have the Three of Swords in reverse. I haven't seen the Three of Swords yet from this deck. Three of Swords is heartbreak, pain. You know, the Six of Swords followed by the Three of Swords in reverse is like leaving something to heal. Leaving choppy waters for smoother waters in order to heal. I'm very curious what this other energy is feeling the need to run from and heal. You know, the energy in between, like that world energy, there's movement, it's just stuck. I'm not sure that I'm getting that it's you they need to run from. I'm not sure that it's going to be you they need to run from. We'll see. I don't think so, because every time I'm thinking about them moving away from you, I'm actually hearing Whitney Houston saying, I want to run to you. The energy that this is creating is the communication is not happening. For some of you, you're with somebody and the communication feels strained, stressed. For others of you, you're in separation. For a lot of you, you could be in separation. The Lover's card just keeps showing up today. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Lover's card. Unfortunately, you already know what I'm going to say. Hi, Erica. It's in reverse. When it's in reverse, it feels like there's not a choice. It feels like there's a question of who the divine other is. It feels like a question of, is this the right time for the divine other? On their side, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Feeling like stability should be there and it isn't. Feeling like a new start with something tangible, with this, you know, when I see the Ace of Pentacles in reverse in a reading like this, this feels a lot about timing and roles and like, everybody give me a minute. I know it's not anybody in the chat, but there is some kind of energy that is making the room spin for me. So we're just going to clear that, and I'm going to apply my We Are Groot House Cleanse to my office, my vessel, my team, my collective, and we are going to wrap anything negative in light, love, and forgiveness and send it back to its rightful owner. And whoever on my team who's in charge of clearing out and protecting energy, if you could do that, thank you. Woo! I thought I was gonna fall over. A little bit it feels like this reading, I don't think it's anybody in the chat, but there was something there. Some kind of energy. It's palpable. The questioning of this connection for some of you feels very unsettling. Like it's turning your world upside down. I want you to look for those of you who have like Taurus placements or second house placements. But especially Taurus placements. And you know, it may be Virgo. If we're doing Libra, you may have a Virgo placement that's trining, or if you're in a fixed, if you have fixed energy anywhere around anywhere around your chart, there's some kind of aspect to Uranus right now. There may be a little bit of a, I don't think it's a real, I think it's perception. There's some kind of thing that feels like it shocks your system. That's the best way to say it. It feels like it's shocking your system, but I actually don't think that it's as bad as you're going to perceive it and register it to be. And I feel like this This is for somebody who finds something out or sees something and let your mind go away with it to the point where it you know, when you find something out or you think you're about to find something out and you get that physical ill feeling. That's what I'm feeling right now. It feels like there's a lot about timing here. That Ace of Pentacles, for them, if it's on the table, it's in play. There might be a new beginning and stability for this whole situation. It just might not be right now. We have the pair to our Queen of Wands in reverse with this King of Wands. Feeling people in this situation, both sides, are just feeling kind of like outside their comfort zone. How about I don't let the ash from the rosemary fall in my water? Let's clarify this. This feels like a huge crux, a turning point, an attachment to something you've planned for a really, really long time. That all of a sudden there's no escaping that's just not your reality. And it's not that that's bad. If you can get over the idea that it's whatever this isn't anymore is hurting you, it's not hurting you. Whatever this is, the attachment that you have to something has actually been keeping you stuck. What we don't have here is cups. And I'm hoping it comes out in the clarification. Let's see. There's a lot of overthinking. There's a lot of loss of mojo, or yeah. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate your support. I appreciated your post. Getting closer to that 500 so I can have a community page. I keep saying, like, I'll just go live on TikTok, or I'll just do something that'll like give me a little boost of subscribers. And then I run out of energy. And it's hard because when I'm getting to the point where it's harder to get a card for every single person that ends up in the chat. So I don't want to like leave a chat here where people are actually showing up and then go someplace else to go get more subscribers. It's like how, you know, when like you join up for a new, this is so silly, but you know how like when you join up for something new, there's like all these benefits and they give so much. And then for the people that are actually loyal and stick around, like for phones, right? They offer the world to get you to like leave one company and go to another. And then when you're a loyal person, it's like there's nothing. All the savings all go only to the new people. And I don't want this channel to feel like that. But we'll get there. We'll get there to the 500. But I appreciated your post. Okay. I feel like we're shuffled enough. Hi, Feed Your Head. Okay, yeah. We have another Eight of Wands in reverse. There's a lot for a lot of you. For a lot of you, there's lack of communication and there might be separation. I feel like it's mostly on your person's part. Yeah. There's a big lack of communication on your person's part. And that's why, in your very Libra way, you were trying to be all things to all people at all times to try to get them to communicate with you again, to be like it was. Libra, your person may have anxiety, and your want to people please and try to like do more triggered something in them, which made them shut down, even though you're trying to do all the right things. And that's not about you. That's for a couple of you specifically. But I can feel how hard you're trying, and I can feel how much you love. Okay. Good news is we have the Hermit in reverse. That makes perfect sense. We have the Hermit in reverse, clarifying that Queen of Wands. So it's the let it scare you and do it anyway. You may not feel fully in your power, but you're not hiding yourself anymore or staying as insular. You may have stayed a little bit insular for a while. And I applaud the fact that even though, I like that, even though you may not be like totally feeling yourself or feeling a little discombobulated, you're still willing to try. It's so beautiful, Libra. I just want to come give you a hug because your energy is so giving. It's so earnest. That's the perfect word. Okay. Okay. We didn't look, but let's look. King of Swords in reverse. Yeah. It's like communication being shut down. And when no one's feeling in their power, it's hard for people to communicate authentically. So if there is communication, it may be it might be small talk in the worst way that feels bad, because I don't think it was small talk to begin with. Second reading of the day, where the Lovers card came out twice. Different decks. I did not use this deck last time. Obviously, y'all see me shuffling. Probably painfully slow, waiting for the cards to come out. In their energy, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse on top of that. So that pain, this might have been somebody, and this is what I kept getting. I feel like Libra went through the really uncomfortable position of having somebody that was like, Libra is ruled by Venus. So like love, maybe gift giving, Libra kind of likes all of love languages. That makes sense. Like, you don't mind a flowery word. You like the affirmations of love, but you also don't mind a gift or a gesture or time, But this might have been somebody that was a little romantic with you and you liked it. Daddy likey, mommy likey. And then they took it back. Clarifying the Eight of Wands in reverse is the ghosting card. The Five of Pentacles being left out in the cold. This is clarifying exactly how I was reading it. There's movement. There's movement. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Don't be sad. Don't be mad at me. You can be mad at me, but you're allowed. It's okay. will make up. So the Lovers in reverse is clarified by the Lovers in the upright coming up in your energy. Didn't I say that, like, you're going to have this moment where it's going to feel like it's going to turn your world upside down or shock your system, because you're going to think, like, maybe the person that I thought was my person isn't my person, and what am I going to do next, because my life has kind of been planned around this. Like the unsettling, that's why I thought maybe Uranus is somewhere aspecting your chart, because the unsettling idea that you only have this connection in your head. I'm going to bring up Johnny Depp, but we all heard the recording when he said, I loved you for years, but you weren't real. You weren't there. And it's painful to hear him say that. And part of the reason that it's painful is because I think we have all walked in those shoes at one time or another, where we think we're in a relationship that was more in our heads than was happening in real time for them as well. And a lot of times that's because somebody feeds us that energy, and that we're not crazy. But, some people like being the Knight of Cups because the ego stroke they get in response to their Knight of Cups behavior fills a hole. And that's not very kind to someone who's being earnest in a real hope of a romance. I said when this Lovers card came out in reverse that I don't think that it's not a divine connection. I think it's the timing. You're going to go back and forth, and Libra is prone to indecision. No, don't go cry. But the Lovers card is in the upright. So that divine connection is there. Here's the thing. You may be dealing with another air sign, because these people like to think their feelings, right? Overthinking ruins a lot of shit. Not thinking, not intelligent thought, not examining things and then processing, just overthinking. That fight or flight instinct can happen just really within convincing ourselves, I was crazy, I was wrong, this didn't really exist, this is not my person, what am I going to do if this isn't my person? You can make yourself sick. There's some confirmation, there's some comfort, and there's some signs coming your way, Libra. When you have that panic moment, and this is why we look into the future, not to predict it, not so you can sit back and say, well, that's going to happen anyway, so I don't have to do anything one way or the other. Hi, Mary. It's because when you have that panic moment that might come up in the next couple of weeks, and again, a lot of stuff we're going to see, a lot of stuff happening around the 28th when Neptune goes into retrograde, and then we'll have 3 retrogrades going, right? And I said this is a lot of retrograde energy. This upcoming energy, for some of you, that Neptune in retrograde is going to reveal things that you needed revealed. For others of you, this might play some mind games where, you're going to question, was this real? The good news is when you have that panic moment, it won't take long for the signs to come in and for you to be shown that it is real. You're not crazy. There is a real connection. Again, I think we're dealing with a timing issue. They are all in their self-sabotaging thoughts. The devil. The devil isn't really the devil. The devil is what keeps us chained to the unhealed version of ourselves. What thoughts, emotions, and environmental influences tricks us into thinking we have to be less, that we are less, that we're not enough, that we're not lovable, that we're so intrinsically broken that there's no hope for us, that we don't deserve some kind of sense of peace and happiness and love the way other people do. That's what the devil is. Self-sabotage. They want to offer stability. They also want to be stable. I do think they want to be stable with you. They're in a dark soul of the night. Dark night of the soul. Take that, reverse that. You know what I meant. What's great, though, is the energy that this is creating is a want to get back to each other. The desire, the wands is there to have this mend. I still think we're timing here. Let's look at what you can best do. I'm going to take 2 cards. Libra, your energy is so beautiful. Try not to be so hard on yourself because you're so brave. And no one is mad at you. This is their own struggle. You couldn't have done more, right? So now that's your signal to just get out of your head a little bit. My shadow knows me. My shadow shows me where love needs to be sent. Yeah, it needs to be sent to you. Demystifying the darkness. Did I just not say dark night of the soul? Okay. Let's take another. What kind of we want? And I have new ones too. Should we take a Whispers of Love? My old ass, every time I grab these cards, because it's called Whispers of Love, you know, I want to turn everything into a song with my neurodivergent Gemini Mercury hamster on the wheel brain. And I keep hearing On the Wings of Love with Peebo Bryson. I'm so sure that's Peebo Bryson. I want to check on Cole, who's going through some like hip surgery and a whole bunch of other stuff. But he was always like the song person that knew exactly what my weird head was saying. Let's see. For Libra, what does Libra need to know? What encouragement can we give Libra for their love life? And don't forget, guys, in an hour and 45 minutes, I'm going to be live with Connie Joe, the master astrologer, about the Sagittarius full moon. We're going to be going through all the houses, and wow. And then we're going to be, I'll be in the chat, but over at Soul Navigation at 7 p.m. Eastern is the Chiron video. And then there's a little prize for people that I see multiple times today, but especially at the things with Connie Joe in my Aquarius reading tonight as a giveaway. This is perfect, Libra. Love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of all the wonderful things that life has to offer. Libra can have a codependency. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know because Libra rules the 7th house. Oh, Neela. I feel so bad now. We have time to take a nap. I'm, of course, going to make consideration for time zones. And you're in everything, so don't worry about it. But Love who you are is perfect for Libra because it's the codependency panic of what will life be without this person. Forgetting that like your good company is just as much as part of that dichotomy with that person. Like, you will not die. There's a moment here where you have an opportunity when you go into that panic of what if that's not my person? My whole life, I have all planned out. But this was finally it. That panic moment also can bring you the opportunity to explore why you think that you're only a half. Any codependency issues are really what's coming up when you go into panic about losing a partner. Whether they're communicating it to you or not, because I don't think that they are. Whether you're completely out of communication or whether it's just bad communication, I'm going to tell you a secret, Libra. They also want to make things work. They also want to make things work. If you focus on you a little bit more, they'll feel less pressure, like they're not disappointing your efforts. Libra is such a great partner and they will put in so much effort, right? But they don't want to feel like they're disappointing you. Whatever triggers are getting hit, whatever dark night of the soul they're going through. And the more independent you feel to them, it grows. It's like fertilizing this connection. I can't say that enough, Libra. I love you, now you love you. Replay viewers, thank you. And if you watch this after later today, please go back and watch. The full moon, Sagittarius full moon energy lasts for 6 months. So please go back and watch the full moon special and hop on over to Soul Navigation and watch Connie Joe's Chiron. It's the beginning of the series and we're going to do the third one as a live video together, talking about how Chiron can affect your relationships and how we pick people based on where we're at in our Chiron journey. It's going to be amazing. So you don't want to miss her first or her second, so you're not lost in the third, because the third one's going to be a lot and it's going to be complex, but it's going to be so super helpful and it'll be live, so we'll be able to answer questions. So you definitely don't want to miss any part of her Chiron video. Chat people, I'll see you in an hour and a half. No, an hour and 45 minutes. Neela, go take a nap. I love you guys. Yeah, Alien too. Go take a nap. When do you sleep, dude?